and fit. They ride on the edge. Motorcycle warriors living life off the ledge. Revving up their engines, ready to attack. They got the thunder in their legs, no turning back. In the darkness, a voice starts to talk.
Welcome everybody to Caliente Tech Talk. I am Service Manager Derek. With me is, I'm going to go this way. Oh, wow. With the explosion. And
Chris.
Such excitement every week. It's something new. Behind the camera, as always.
Hi, the voice.
Wow.
The voice.
That was almost a different voice.
You can see we're super motivated to talk about Apple CarPlay.
Apple CarPlay. When people talk Apple CarPlay, yeah, CarPlay in general, just my eyes roll in the back of my head.
But why are we talking about Apple CarPlay?
We are talking about it because it's become a very big topic on the showroom floor, and it comes back and gets talked about at the parts counter and in service all the time because of the new 24 Road Glides and Street Glides with the super new
Big screen.
Skyline
Skylink.
Operating System. No, Skyline.
Skyline.
Think Nissan. It's a Skyline operating system. It's the big screen on there.
Thinking
Super
Terminator.
super cool, blah, blah, blah. But it has,
See, the voice got it. Skynet.
as it's Apple CarPlay is integrated, which is nice. No extra modules. You just have to have a headset connected to it, and you have Apple CarPlay. What's the key word there, though?
Oh, I know.
Do you? Front row.
Apple.
Apple. That's it. No Android Auto. Apple CarPlay. So all the Android people that are angry at me, I didn't engineer it. I didn't design it this way. I don't know why they went this way, but they did.
But
It's Apple only.
The previous generation stereos,
Back to 2019, the GTS.
no buttons, they all
No
touch
glass.
They can run
Both.
Android or Apple.
But you needed the WIM module
need the WIM
and a
module,
headset.
yes.
And I already know people like, oh, no,
There's a thing you can
Just
plug
have
in back
to-
there, and yes, you can do
Okay,
it.
sure. You can cheat it. The dealerships can't bypass it with just a software change on digital tech anymore because Apple apparently got mad at Harley for doing that, so they stopped that, so we can't do that. To tell it, yeah, we're good, I've got all the hardware in there, and then we just turn it on. They took that feature away. But you could have Android Auto, or you could have CarPlay. Now it's just CarPlay. So when you're talking
Apple.
to your salespeople about your new bike and the features on it, and they say it has CarPlay, and you just hear CarPlay and think, great, my Samsung will work. It won't. Will it ever work? Who knows?
God willing.
I mean, Apple controls the world, I guess, and Harley decided they were the ones for us. It is cool when it's there because your whole screen's there and your GPS, but you can still get GPS on the bikes. You just have to add the embedded navigation, which is a software update, which we've actually done on some bikes now. It's you then have half the screen or 80% of the screen or something becomes your
Map.
GPS, and it connects to apps and whatever else, and it's updated all the time. So it works. It's just you do have to buy something. It does not come on the bikes automatically. Does it come on the CVOs?
CVOs does.
CVO comes
does,
on,
okay.
but then
So
you
the
have to
standard-
pay a subscription
To keep it updated.
to
I
keep
think.
it updated.
Yeah.
Oh, but isn't it after you get? I think you get a few years.
CVO
Maybe.
used to.
You should get 3
Used
updates
to
for
back
free.
in the day. Used to get some updates free.
So I'm sure there's
CVO.
more details we should probably know before we talk about this, but
But we're also technicians.
we're saying
that
so-
when it's
We
any
just
IT,
do what he tells
we're
us
just
to.
like, no, that's up front.
we're trying to learn it as best we can. But I will tell you, Apple CarPlay is Apple CarPlay because it's Apple CarPlay. Apple, Apple, Apple. You need an Apple device to make it work. That's how it is.
But I have a Samsung.
Anyways,
So our topic for tonight is talking about different types of training that you can get for riding your motorcycle.
Oh, that's a good one.
So I feel like the start of this would be at the start, which would for
I've
us,
never ridden a motorcycle.
I've never ridden a motorcycle. I'm coming into the sport or the lifestyle or whatever you want to call it at 0%.
Okay,
My wife did this.
then I would say the Riding Academy, which is that's through Harley, but there's
There are other worlds.
it's with MSF, right?
Yeah,
Which is-
they're all over the place.
That's state regulated, correct? Or is it federal?
Yeah, Yeah,
it's a
MSF is
state
different
agency.
states.
It's tied to the DMV and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It
Well,
It depends on what, like in Oregon and Washington, you have team, which is, so it's like Team Oregon or Team Washington, which
Okay.
is essentially the same thing.
Okay, but they're certified trainers at a state level,
Yep.
and their training is official.
Yep.
But the good thing about ours is, and Harley's and riding academies, we provide the bikes. We can provide gear, right? Helmets, sort of,
Yeah, for us, it depends.
but can help with that.
Yep, we can
and even
help.
if we don't have something for that particular rider, we do sell all that stuff. So you
Yep.
can always buy the gear. I like the riding academies for new riders because it's a great way for them to really determine if they want to do it.
Well, and my wife has taken the class twice. One MFS class back in Missouri, and then when we moved down here, she's like, "Oh, I'm thinking about riding again." And she never rode. She got her license back in Missouri, never rode. Took the class here, and she took the class in Missouri all in the rain.
Yeah,
2
that's
days
no fun.
in the rain on their little bikes. It was great because she's not afraid of the rain, but she never really rode. And she took the class down here and has decided she likes to be a passenger.
Yeah, so you're not out anything. She didn't invest in a new motorcycle, didn't buy a bunch of stuff, and just determined. So a couple $100, you get to experience it,
Yep.
decide for yourself.
And
if
it's
you're
really
gonna
good
ride.
because they teach you, the basics. They teach you friction zone. They teach you, if you've never touched a motorcycle, it is completely like kindergarten. This is how you
Yeah,
start the bike. This is what your controls do. This is how you start moving. And I think from when I got my license, I took the class, and all I had to do is go down to the DMV and take the written test, and I got my license. I didn't
Yeah.
have to take a road test.
I
It was
think that
great.
still is. I
Do
think
they
if you
even
pass,
do the written test here?
I don't know
Or
if
when
they
you leave, you got your certificate.
We do all the testing here, so we do the written and writing.
Oh,
tests.
great! So you pass ours, you're ready to just go get your endorsement.
Yeah, you essentially get like a little card
You get
that
your
says,
MSB. That's
Yeah.
your permit. The permit is what
Yeah.
you take to the DMV to then get your license on.
Oh,
And,
see,
and that's
For the
that's
record,
Z
that
talking.
new voice is Z. Yeah, as I said, it's a voice they've never heard
You're
before.
on the show.
which is amazing. Anytime I talk to anybody that's either never been on a motorcycle or doesn't have their license, I say, go do this. Go do the class, because if you do a class, it does open. Do it. Do it. It opens your eyes more to see the motorcycles on the road. You get more of a like, oh, okay. You start spotting them a little bit more.
Yeah. When
Once
they-
you
Well,
have
how
the
to-
understanding
how to
of
brake.
When they
and-
teach you, you go where your eyes are and how to scan the horizon and what you're looking for.
Well, no, I'm
watching
just
things
saying
on the
for
ground.
people in
People driving.
driving in
Oh
a
yeah,
car.
you become more
You
aware.
just
that they're
become
out there.
more aware that
Yeah.
they're out there.
So, and then once you've done the basic one later, they've got advanced classes. Some of those you do it. Most
On
of them
your
you're
own-
doing on
your
your
own
own bike.
motorcycle.
More evasive maneuvers and more aggressive riding styles and more defensive
I think there's
maneuvering.
even maybe a trike one.
There is a trike one
occasionally.
that exists, so that can teach you
How-
trike stuff.
Because
Yeah,
riding a
how
trike
not-
is different from riding
How
a
not to
two-wheeler.
drop a trike. That's
I
very.
know most military
How
guys
not to
have
put
to
it in a
take
tree.
yeah.
the advanced class to get on base.
That's how it was in Oregon and Washington for me when I was growing up, because I was under 21.
Mhm.
So in Oregon,
Most people are when they're growing up.
in Oregon, if you were at the time, if you were older than 21, you could still go to the DMV and just get your license and take the test and pass. If you were under 21, you had to take Team Oregon, and if you were under 18, you had to take stages 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, really? So you had
So,
to
like,
graduate
And
through it.
stage 4 was literally you were on a high-speed go-kart track with cops, essentially.
No kidding. That'd be
So
fun.
it was actually really fun.
So that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
It was a blast. But yeah, then after stage 1, which is essentially our equivalent of the riding academy,
Mhm.
then you're using your bike on all
Oh,
of
right on. And that's street stuff. There's also all of the off-road stuff that exists
Which
now,
we're
which
gonna
we're
be-
starting to learn about and do
Yeah.
ourselves.
In our episodes down the road, hopefully we'll have some of that.
Yeah, because they're getting the adventure riding, the skill set on that. We have an employee.
One of the guys here, yeah,
Yeah, he's
an instructor.
he is. I don't know what his certifications are or whatever.
but-
He just kind of partners
Or
up
if
with
he
them.
just
He
helps
does,
trail rides or
but
what.
he
But he
does that stuff. And we got some. I think there's videos that exist somewhere on our Instagrams or somewhere, or YouTubes of some of those videos. But there's a rally coming up
into
October.
October, so you'll see it November sometime.
north
in
up in
November.
Austin. It is a buy tickets kind of rally, but that's something hopefully we'll be advertising because I think
Burn it, Texas.
we want to put together a group to do that as well.
I say because it's off-road Austin. What's it called?
Austin Moto Adventures.
Moto
Austin
Adventure.
Moto Adventures.
Tour Texas sponsor.
Yeah.
Tour of Texas, they're calling. I think it is still Tour of Tech,
It-
though, right?
yeah,
Partnered
it's
with, but it's
partnered
if you
with
look
Tour of
if you look
Tech.
up
It's
the
called-
Tour of Texas adventure rally.
Well, and I've been having some conversations with some people over there.
Can you discuss this at all?
We can
Don't
always,
get us in
we
trouble.
can always
No,
edit
no.
it out because
No, we can't. They let it fly. I've said that before. Well, we'll snip this part, and then I watch it. Nope, still in there.
No,
They're
so
just
we
gonna
have-
let
we
it
haven't-
fly.
We haven't talked anything specific, but yes, we are.
We're in talks.
We're talking with people.
So, are you saying you could meet the Caliente Tech Talk crew in person?
This is true.
Is that what's going to happen? Are we going to be? Are we going to be like
We
on
are-
scene?
We are officially going to that event.
yes, and you might get to see, you
So
can
that is official.
Official?
you can come and see what the voice looks like.
So wait, we are officially going to get time off from work to
I
do
don't know about
this?
that, but-
I don't
Well,
know, you're not
it's-
getting paid, but you're
Well,
going to
no,
get
no,
time
but we
off.
won't have to be here
Yeah, you're
Yes.
not gonna get-
because it's
you're not
it's
gonna
like
get
a
paid.
it's like
Whoa,
a
whoa.
Thursday,
You can
Friday,
leave.
Whoa, whoa,
Saturday.
whoa. You're allowed to leave.
I already told my boss I'm not going to be here.
Yeah, but I haven't agreed to that. So,
Told him I wasn't.
and I told my boss, and he said, "Who are you?" So,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
feel I'm going to be a little sick.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be cool. So come meet the Tech Talk morons at the adventure.
Hopefully,
Moto.
hopefully, we're going to get some footage of us riding.
Yep.
And
On the-
I want it to be when we do the recordings. I love it because you do them like, man, it's awesome. And then you watch it, and it is the most pathetic,
Oh God!
Yeah.
boring.
It's the most
Nothing.
like.
But
Yeah,
we're going to put a
if you
camera
ever-
on Bradley's bike.
Even his,
you know,
I watched some of his, and I'm like, okay, but
Oh,
I'm
you
sure at the time it was like,
I
whoa,
rode over Bunny Hill. That's nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
So-
at this adventure rally in
We're gonna
Burnett,
learn some
Texas,
stuff.
October.
Is it Burn It? You keep saying that like
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
just-
All right. I don't know.
I'm the one that was like, "Hey, we should do this."
Oh, okay.
HD, your dates are wrong.
That's true. They did have the dates wrong. This
Um,
one is sponsored with HD,
it
right?
is
'Cause
sponsored
the
with
Pan
HD,
Americas, I
so-
think the Texas
trucks
Moto
is gonna be
Adventures, they're tied
Yep.
to HD now. So come
Hopefully we
ride
can
a Pan
get
America.
one of those guys to talk with us.
Heck yeah.
And then what they will have beginner training and advanced training up there as well
Beginner.
that you can
I'm a beginner.
purchase if you would
I want
like.
to begin.
As I say, they start talking about things like using your, rear wheel to break through everything, and that freaks me out as a road rider.
I just can't wait to show up on my fully kitted out, ready to travel the world Pan America and go, can I go in the beginner class? And they'll be like,
and be
dude, seriously?
terrified.
You have like jerry cans on it, like you're ready to cross Dakar. And I'm like,
But it looks cool.
It looks awesome.
Have you seen my lighting?
But meanwhile, I got to ride through about 50 feet of grass to get to my garage, and I go, whoa, whoa. So it'll be fun. I
Training
can't
training
wait.
would
We
be
have
good.
been through some rough terrain.
A driveway.
Yeah, a driveway.
A driveway.
Yeah,
we
a
broke it.
And I fell.
We
Yeah.
did
Multiple-
Moab.
I didn't get to go.
You went a lot farther than I did because we got up on the cliffside, and I was like, "That's it, I'm done." And this nut starts going like off to death. And
I think
just
I
said,
got over the first hill. The second
You didn't
hill.
make the water crossing,
No.
did you? Yeah.
I could have. I could have made the water crossing.
You
but
got
I
to-
literally got up to where you guys started coming back around down the hill and everything like that.
Yeah.
and I
Then you
was like,
pulled over.
I'm good.
But again, it wasn't the dirt; it was the sheer cliffs.
Yeah, it was the. Oh yeah, good die.
I was watching one.
I gotta feel like I'd have gone farther than you. Like I'd come up with
You would have been. You would have. What we were on, like I should not have been on.
There
It
was a point when I was I have a picture. It's just me, a little dot up there. I think you took it.
Yeah.
And there were some stair steps, and I was like, nope, I should not be
It
here.
wasn't the
It was-
trail, like because once we did the water crossing, we started hitting the rock bump stuff. It was fine. I was going, and that was all in the valley. But then it started switch backing up the side of the mountain, and then there was a big plateau we parked on and stayed there. And I got really good pictures, and he's the one that continued. But it was a too wide trail,
We were also
and just like
sheer
Grand
cliff.
Canyon sheer. That's what
we
did me in.
we lost somebody.
Well, we
so-
did, yeah.
So we went.
we found them eventually.
Yeah, we did find them eventually. We went looking for them.
We thought they
So-
had gone way farther, so he and another guy who was much more experienced, they took off. And I watched him disappear around the point of the mountain on this trail way across the valley, and I thought, Well, it's nice knowing Phil because he's dead now. There's no way he's coming back from that. So
the moral of the story is, when you go to do that, you should really go get
You should have had some training.
yes,
and don't be like us.
I recommend it. If you're going to fly airplanes, maybe go to flight school. That's all I'm saying. That's
There are some cool things that within the training and everything like that you do get to learn. That a lot of seasoned riders, if they have learned on their own and everything like that, don't quite get, which always freaks me out.
That's me. I've never taken a class.
Yeah,
I'm old.
So
I'm old, so I was able to just ride my motorcycle at DMV and do a little test in the parking lot, and I got my license 35 years ago, whatever it was.
Especially with the people that we interact with on a daily basis and everything, you hear some wild things come out of people's mouths, like, I never use my front brake.
I don't use my front brakes.
Oh my God, I'm gonna kill those people.
I'm never. No, they're good.
Well, I mean, even experienced riders and riding every day or every other day in my world, I mean, I know I've picked up terrible habits on things that I ride, and it would probably be a good idea every once in a while to go through this class every 5 years.
I'm saving my class for a ticket.
So, and there's things like counter steering that people don't quite understand. Counter steering. And so there's a lot of older riders that come back and retake the classes and stuff like that to learn these skills that, they've been like, oh, well, I've been riding for 35 years. And you're like, oh God. How are you alive?
I had a coach when I was in high school, and he was always what he said is, practice does not make perfect. Practice makes permanent. So if you're practicing wrong, you will permanently be crappy. So you got to train with the right stuff. Just something as stupid, since I was not a dirt bike kid growing up, I rode bicycles, but being on the off-road bikes at all, standing up and then learning to steer with your feet. I don't do that when I'm on my street bike and I don't stand up. But on an off-road bike, you're just pushing down on one peg and you can make the bike steer and you can stay very light on the front end. That was kind of eye-opening to me.
Or like when we started hitting those bumps, and it was like one of the riders that was with us has been living off of his bike for like 15 years.
Riding through Mexico for months.
Yeah, for 15 months or something like that. And he was telling us, he was like, yeah, you don't grip the handlebars.
Ever.
You just
let the bike go.
You just let the bike go, and it just wants to go.
And that's what I did, and I was like, oh, this bike's awesome. It was basically like riding a mountain goat up the side of the hill, and I clearly shouldn't have been doing it because the bike's like, I know what I'm doing, but you don't, so shut up and let me just go where we need to go. So the training will help. I'm looking forward to that. Like you said, moral of the story, get trained. There's good training out there. Check the reviews online. Talk to the instructors if you can. If you call in here and talk to us, or at most Harley dealers do Riding Academy, but we do a nice one here on site, which is nice. You don't have to remote somewhere else. So when you come to ours, you actually tour the dealership. You talk to the people that work here, the people that run ours. They're very involved with it, so you're not just on your own. They have some point of contact here, so you get the whole round experience for riding motorcycles. Not just Harley. I mean, that's what we're riding, but we talk bikes all in general, riding skills. You get a really good overall experience, and we do it on the weekends. We do it sometimes during the week. We are a little more accommodating on the schedules. You're basically doing some classroom and then a couple of days on the track that we have here on site. So that's why I like ours. Our bikes are all taken care of here in-house. We know our equipment. It's really a good class with a lot of good output from it.
It is rain or shine.
It is rain or shine.
Or heat.
Yeah, weather, unless it's dangerous weather, you're out there. But that's good because that's what can happen when you're riding. You may leave your house at 75 degrees and beautiful, but next thing you know, it's 120 degrees where you're going, or it's a monsoon, or it gets freezing cold. You never know. That helps you equip for that because the bike will operate in all of it. You just got to be ready for it, and the gear is important on that. And I'll have those discussions.
I've been unprepared in some rain.
You're always unprepared. So, anyway, that's, so training. Good thing. Riding Academy with Harley-Davidson. Come see us in October at the Austin Moto Adventure Tour of Texas off-road / blah, 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 because somehow it's official now, even though it's probably not yet. But
It's
awesome.
It's official that we're going.
It's official we're going. We are officially going.
official that we're
We're
We're Facebook official. No.
No, we're YouTube famous.
YouTube
All right.
famous.
Thanks,
Thank you for
everybody.
watching.
We will see you next week.
Thanks.